How the heck are you guys? I'm Fastidious. Welcome to my channel and welcome to a guide on the VLADOV Shard Summoning event, aka the VLADOV Fusion. Guys, this is a must-do fusion for literally anyone who does not have VLADOV A5 already because he's super rare, he's quite good, and let me tell you, it is super easy. There's a lot of stuff going on here that I'm going to break down. Of course, Maku, Dolores, and I have prepared our beautiful calendar. If you use this will be the easiest fusion you have ever done because this fusion is shockingly straightforward. On top of that, there's an extra wrinkle. You can only get one copy of him. So it just, maybe a bit of a bummer, but it alleviates a lot of stress and it makes this thing insanely easy. Just focus in and make sure you get exactly what you need to get done. I'm going to show you how this can be the easiest fusion possible using our resources, using some tips, and just using your know-how. So without further ado, let's get into it.
Fastidious.
Fastidious.
So guys, this is a great place to start. Note, obtain VLADOV shard times 75. So like normal for an epic, you need 75 shards. That's how you fuse them together to get your free VLADOV during the event to summon VLADOV. During the reward redemption phase, commanders can summon VLADOV with enough shards. But, and this is what's different than other fusions, will not be able to obtain more VLADOV shards from the events. So once you hit 75 and you summon him, you're good. There is a chance, it's still very early on in the fusion, we're less than 2 days into the fusion, there is a chance, right, that this means once you've summoned him, like once you use those shards, then you can't do it. However, it reads to me as you'll stop getting them or stop being able to claim them. However, could you sit on them and wait to fuse them at the end and see how many you could stockpile? It's possible, but without a doubt, you can only fuse them once. Maybe if a future thing comes where those portals open again. So if you want to really be conservative min-max, you can do that, but I am pretty sure this is how it works, and certainly I'm sure you're only getting one VLADOV this fusion. So let's head into the good stuff, and I'm going to tell you how to do this in as easy a way as possible. So if you're new here, if you've missed the other ones, we've been doing these calendars thanks to the incredible work, the design work from Dolores, and the amazing coding and layout work from Maku. We've been putting these calendars out all the way back since Lunaria. You know, they used to be a little bit uglier, improving. Mamma mia, what a spicy fusion meatball, right? We even have a solda. You know, this is before we started playing or before we started tracking it, but this is just to show you how it worked. We're thorough, guys, right? We get down in the weeds for you. Let's go here to VLADOV, the wolf of the hour, if you will. Let's make this, I found 110, so when you guys make your copy, that's the best way to zoom it in. I'm going to talk you through what's going on here, but then I'll just show you already, I've done an example of what is the easiest possible way to get this fusion done, and that's probably what a lot of people want to see, because you can get this fusion done in an incredibly straightforward, incredibly easy way, not particularly resource intensive. It's not easy in that you can just coast and not do anything, but if you do some stuff, you will get it, right? It's not your Raid Shadow Legends fusions, or quite frankly, it's nothing like Alistair or even Aeon, you know, some of the harder ones, Pyros, right? It's more akin to like Lunaria or like a Solda. It's a very straightforward, easy fusion, and with our tips, with our resources, which is with this beautiful personal fusion tracker, track your own fusion. Your own personal fusion tracker, you'll be on a path to success. So, if you look on the left side here where it says title, everything in green, these are our events. Everything in red, these are our Oracle's trials. Down here, we have one noteworthy thing, other source. Almost certainly we will not get one. However, we did have one for Alistair. You had like some login rewards. You could also buy some from an event shop. So this is something we'll always keep. But for VLADOV, we're just leaving it there, but almost certainly there will be no other source. So this is what we have. You can see a combination of 18 events and Oracle's Trials, events and tournaments, and they're all the things we've grown to know and love by playing this game. If we look over here with the dates, look at that. Sunday, 21 January, that is today. Maku coded this, so every day once you make your copy, it will tell you what day you're on. So there's really, it does it all for you. It's pretty awesome. You can see we're halfway through the first 3 events. We have 3 new Oracle's Trials that have literally just started, or 2 new events, 1 new Oracle Trial that have just started. And, you know, here on the left, I should say, on the left side, outside of the parentheses, we have the silly name in game, so Quarter of Glory. In the parentheses, we have a very straightforward explanation of what it actually is. So Quarter of Glory, if you're new, you're like, what does that mean? It's a hero training event. Tales of the Smith, what's that? It's a gear leveling event. Spiritual Altar, that's a summoning event, so on and so on. You can see we've also put these summoning events in yellow, since those are the most pay to win and the most resource intensive. And I'll just tell you right now, you can do this entire fusion easy peasy without summoning a single crystal. If you summon, it will only make it easier, but certainly you don't have to. So just to talk you through, what I would just say, general tip, when you see stacks, those are moments to plan for. You can see we have 2 days here from January the 26th to January 27th with 4 things at once. You have something over here from February the 2nd to February the 3rd with 5 things at once. You got to look for synergies, right? So you can see here when we have these 4 things, we have a GR1, 2, 3 AMR. That, of course, is Brave Conquest. So if you're farming up your GR3, which many of us will, because we have a GR3 event from the 25th to the 28th, it's going to be increased chances on Infernal Roar, has a case for the best set, or certainly one of the best sets in the game, and it will have a reduced entrance of only 17 cost for the high level gear dungeons, the gear raids. So look for that synergy, right? Other things are very easy. Arena is still, since they did the rework a few months ago, the easiest event. You can win it with all losses, right? You don't have to get any W's. Then what we have in this, which is strictly unique, I can just quickly click through so you guys believe me, we have a moment of no overlap. We've only had that once ever with Alistair. We never had it with Pyros. We had it once with Aeon. We never had it with Lunaria, and we never had it with the Solda. So this has only happened twice before, and it only happens for 1 day. We got a great day here, and it does line up with that great Gear Raid 3 event. Nothing else is going on January the 25th, 1 month after Christmas. We got our little War Christmas, where we can all go all in on Gear Raid 3. However, that might look like, wow, this is amazing. I can just focus one thing that day. If you're pressed on resources, you absolutely should not do that. Wait 1 more day for when we get the Brave Conquest and double dip on your rewards, because farming Gear Raid 3 will give you Brave Conquest points, because that gives you points for farming Gear Raid 1, 2, 3, or AMR. So this could be a great day to take a day off. Say hi to the kids or the family or your friends. Get out of the house. Do whatever you want, but don't be fooled by days like this. All in all, you can see it's an easy calendar, right? And basically, we have this totally interactive function. Once you're complete with something, you click complete, and look at that. It crosses out for you, and we have a great running tally, clear as day, down here, right? It's just perfect. So we'll get into the how to make a copy and how to use it on this sheet right now. I do want to say it says second fusion fragments. We're not 100% sure you can't do a second copy. We're very confident, but we cannot say until it's happened. Sometimes things get lost in translation. This is a Chinese company, so we are going to leave this here. So once you exceed 75, this will start clicking up, which I'll show you on the next example. So we left it here with a question mark because we don't know. So to make your own copy, you go to File, you go to Make a Copy, and you make your copy. You just press make a copy. I already did, so I could get some things in already for you guys. And what I've done here is I've started using this interactive tracking feature to track what I believe to be, or I'm confident in, is the easiest thing you can do to get it. I've clicked off all these things, and you can see, look at that, 75 points, which is 75 shards, which is exactly how much you need to get your 1 copy of VLADOV, and almost certainly you can only get 1 copy. Now, which events and Oracle's trials have I chosen to ignore here? Well, the summoning ones and the gear leveling ones, the most resource intensive, the hardest ones for many players, and I've ignored all of them. And when you look at that, it comes out to exactly 75 shards, not counting podiums, which you could enter manually here if you ever want. So let's say if we go here to Vault in the Sands, we just started, if I end up getting, let's say, 2nd place and I get 7 shards, that can be put in there and it will add. So you can see it is not adding here. So here's another great example. It adds already to our pile for the second fusion. If I hadn't done this, it adjusts accordingly. You can see we can go like that. Now if I add my 7, look at that. Now it's just 2. If we click off another one, look at that. Now it's 72. Makes perfect sense, right? However, if we assume no podiums, because it is hard to get the extra shards you get from getting 1st, 2nd, or 3rd place in the tournaments, in the Oracle's trials, you can still get exactly enough, exactly 75 shards by completely ignoring the hardest event types, or at least what people tell me people find to be. This is consensus. The summoning ones, that's very pay to win, very resource intensive, and then gear leveling, it keeps getting more and more expensive. How much these things are to do. I mean, it's right now it's 5,265 points. If we go all the way back to Lunaria, which is the first fusion Dolores Maku and I tracked, you can see if you go to Tales of the Smith over here, it was way down at 2430. So these are only getting harder. A lot of things actually are getting easier though, and that's exciting with VLADOV. It's 4,400 for the Quarter of Glory to get your shards. Alistair, granted, there were 15 because it was a legendary fusion. There was more things, but it was up at 4,620. So some things actually have gotten easier. All in all, if you manage your stamina, there's no reason you can't get him 100% for free, because all you have to do are your hero training events and your gear raids and your artifact material raid and your arena, which again you can do with 100% losses. It's that easy. You could just go in there and lose all your battles every day and you will get it. A couple wins will only make it easier, but if you want to just not care about arena, you can just go in, exit the battle, and you'll still get enough points for losses. So this is how I suggest you do it, you know. And the way you can do it, you can interact with this. You can click it, you make your copy. It's perfectly adjustable. Anytime it says first milestone, if we head over here and go to events, so let's say it was a little cumbersome for you in the Quarter of Glory, and you can't hit this second milestone of 4,400. You only got the 1,800 one. The numbers featured on the right are always going to be for the complete rewards. But if you go here and you click first milestone, look at that. It goes down to 5 points. We have that all pre-programmed. All in all, if you have any questions, let us know in the comments. Mako and I will answer all of the questions. We're very excited about this resource, and we're excited about how easy the VLADOV fusion is. I guess I can wrap this thing up just with touching on the hero himself. I'll obviously put out a guide on VLADOV probably in a few days, within the week. But VLADOV is a very cool hero. He's a dual faction epic. He's the epic lord of chaotic, so he is pretty rare to get, right? You can only get him, he's an ancient exclusive. You can only get him from ancient summoning crystals. Now you can get him for free from shard summoning, from this fusion, right? He also has dual faction membership in Nightmare, which synergizes very well with his kit. You can see he's got a lot of attack speed based things. He puts out a ton of bleed, and if you already have a copy of VLADOV, this is an even more must-do fusion for you, because at Awakened 1, he basically has 100% uptime on his bleed. He's one of the best bleed heroes in the game, so if you're rocking like a Salazar, or in general, if you're just rocking a guild boss team with other fighters and you're using some Scarlet Hunt artifacts, he's going to allow you to get the big bang for your buck by keeping that bleed up on the guild boss all the time. I love VLADOV. I use him specifically in Arena because I have some great chaotic units that really shine with him, like Valeria, like Ardia, and he's a great Arena hero. He's really cheap to deploy. He's down just 13 costs. A lot of these chaotic units, they all have an Arena passive, but a lot of them have a cost reduction passive in the Arena specifically, and his Lord skill is amazing for Arena and the chaotic units in general. Increases faction allies damage based on their lost HP up to 40% at 30% HP, so if they're 30% HP or less, they have a 40% damage boost. Not as good as Gone, but a lot of us would have to be darn lucky to get Gone, and now we don't have to be lucky to get VLADOV, we just have to be on top of our fusion. So I'll end it there, guys. VLADOV, a very cool hero. I also use him, I'll just say, I use him in Conqueror, and I got SS+. He's an amazing lord. He's a very cool hero. Everyone should be excited to get him. I'm going to be going for Awakened 4. Thrilled with it. Give me some more base attack. Thank you so much for watching. I've been Fastidious. If you like my stuff, like it. If you appreciate this, let us know in the comments. Maku works so hard on this. Dolores works so hard on this. And then I work really hard at the end to try to make it all presentable in a video to you guys. But really, big shout out to Maku and Dolores. Such awesome people that I'm privileged to work with and privileged to call friends. Share it with your mother. I've been Fastidious. I'll see you in the next one.
Fastidious.